Leadership Lessons from George Washington. What modern leaders can learn from his leadership style and decision-making. As the first President of the United States and the commander of the Continental Army, Washington's leadership not only shaped a nation, but also set a standard for what it means to lead with courage, integrity, and vision. But what can we learn from him today? Let's explore 5 timeless leadership lessons from the man who refused to be king. Lesson 1. Lead by example. George Washington didn't just give orders from the safety of a tent. He was in the trenches with his men, enduring the same hardships. During the brutal winter at Valley Forge, Washington didn't retreat to a comfortable estate. Instead, he stayed with his troops, sharing their struggles of hunger, cold, and despair. He even helped build shelters and encouraged his men to keep going. This wasn't just about morale, it was about trust. His soldiers knew he wasn't asking them to do anything he wouldn't do himself. As leaders, we must be willing to roll up our sleeves and show our team that we're in it together. Whether it's staying late to meet a deadline or taking responsibility for a mistake, leading by example builds respect and loyalty. Lesson 2. Humility over power. After winning the Revolutionary War, George Washington was at the peak of his influence. His troops and many citizens wanted to make him king, but Washington refused. Instead, he did something unprecedented. He stepped down as commander-in-chief and returned to his farm at Mount Vernon. Later, as president, he served 2 terms and then voluntarily retired, setting a precedent for peaceful transitions of power. This act of humility showed that true leadership isn't about clinging to power. It's about knowing when to step aside for the greater good. In a world where many leaders seek to dominate, Washington's humility reminds us that the best leaders serve others, not themselves. Lesson 3. Seek wise counsel. George Washington wasn't afraid to admit he didn't have all the answers. As president, he surrounded himself with brilliant minds like Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, even though they often disagreed with each other. Washington understood that great leaders don't operate in a vacuum. They rely on the expertise and perspectives of others. For example, Hamilton's financial expertise helped establish the U.S. economy, while Jefferson's vision shaped the nation's diplomatic policies. As leaders, we should never let ego prevent us from seeking advice. Collaboration and diverse perspectives lead to better decisions and stronger teams. Lesson 4. Integrity is non-negotiable. Washington was known for his unwavering honesty. The famous story of him confessing to cutting down a cherry tree be a myth, but his commitment to integrity was very real. Throughout his life, he prioritized doing what was right over what was easy or popular. For instance, as president, he carefully avoided favoritism and corruption, even when it would have been politically convenient to do otherwise. In leadership, trust is everything. Without it, even the most talented teams will falter. Washington's legacy reminds us that integrity isn't just a virtue, it's the foundation of effective leadership. Lesson 5. Leave a legacy. George Washington didn't just focus on short-term wins. He thought about the future. His farewell address is a masterpiece of leadership wisdom. In it, he warned against political division, foreign entanglements, and the dangers of partisanship. He understood that the decisions he made would shape the nation for generations to come. As leaders, we should always ask ourselves, what kind of legacy am I building? Whether it's in business, community, or personal life, our actions today will impact others tomorrow. Washington's ability to think long-term and prioritize the greater good is a lesson we can all learn from. Resilience in the face of adversity. Before he became a hero, Washington faced numerous failures. He lost battles, made strategic mistakes, and dealt with constant challenges. but he never gave up. His ability to learn from setbacks and keep moving forward was key to his success. George Washington's leadership wasn't perfect, but his principles remain timeless. Whether you're leading a team, a company, or even just yourself, these lessons can guide you towards success. So, what's your favorite leadership lesson from Washington? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more inspiring content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.